Hello graduates, it's Stella from Maple University and this is Stella's short and sweet preview for Hands in the Sea from Phalanx. Phew! Another day, another drum, and loot, and war casualty, someone else's. Got this from the sea. Carthage and Rome have been at each other in this Punic War for years now, trying to gain control of the Mediterranean. So, as a mercenary, naturally it's a golden age for me. High demand for my services and a free trip to Sicily. I hope they invent cannoli while I'm here. Last week I was with the Romans launching a raid on Syracuse. And this week I'm in Carthaginian trireme trying to blockade the Romans in the Tyrrhenian Sea. Let's see which side ends up victorious. The game plays 2 players, with mechanics such as deck building, wargame, and card play. The game is of medium to heavy complexity. Hands in the Sea is a 2-player wargame set in the First Punic War. One player plays as the Roman Republic from Italy and the other as Carthage in North Africa, as their armies and navies fight over land and sea territories in Sicily, Corsica, and Sardinia. Hands in the Sea is a deck-building game. On your turn, you take 2 actions, then draw back to 5 cards and play goes to the other player. Players build their decks from 2 types of cards: locations and empires. Location cards come from controlling locations on the map. You gain or lose the cards based on your position on the board. Empire cards come from a personal asymmetric supply, and you can buy them to your discard pile as an action with silver. Most actions cost a combination of cards, usually 1 to initiate the action, 1 for the location of the action, and some to pay extra icons. For example, to fortify, you play the fortify card, the location you want to fortify, and pay 3 silver. To trade, play a card with a trading ship, plus 1 or 2 location cards, and gain the silver from those locations. Or, suppose I want to settle in Agrigentum. I need to play the location I'm settling from, like Heraclea, the transport icon to travel to my destination. Here, it's a basic road, so I need a horse. I could also settle from Hippana, but it costs 2 horses because it's a rough road through the mountains, or from Lillebam by sea, spending a ship. Either way, Agrigentum is a major location, so settling also costs 1 manpower. It's all about optimizing your turn with the cards you have. The General of Carthage has given his orders, and we are to attack by elephant. Let's go! Does anyone have a ladder? You engage in land battles to fight over locations. These are not quick battles. The First Punic War lasted 23 years, and battles in the game play out over up to 4 turns, or 6 for sieges. Launch an attack against an adjacent location by playing your location, the transport to get to the battleground, and 1 or more swords. Set the initial balance based on the location's defense versus attacker's swords. Then, for the next 4 turns, each player can add strength to the battle as an action. If the token is in your zone at the start of your turn, you win. Winner gets to settle the location, takes the card, and earns prestige. There's also more rapid attacks. Players build their warship fleets with silver and manpower and destroy each other's with a roll of the dice. You can pillage opponents' coastal cities to cost them points, raid them to burn them down without controlling them, bribe mercenaries out of opponents' hands.
I'll give you double.
Well, double the pay? Let me think about it.
Alright, triple.
Why not? All these attacks can be blocked with the right cards. Each time the cartridge player's deck runs out, the players resolve an event, and both players gain silver and victory point income. After 12 events, or the peace event, or when someone has 8 prestige, or captures 10 opposing pieces, or scores 90 points, game is over, and player add endgame points for control and battle victories. Play with the highest score wins! You can also win immediately by destroying your opponent's capital, Rome or Carthage.
I think there's a problem with this quote you gave me for your mercenary services. 800 decadrams?
My war mercenary fees are non-negotiable. Do you think it's easy to destroy the capital city?
Well, look, I have this discount voucher, and I'll even throw in this tray of a dozen of these little ricotta-filled tubes that I thought to cook this morning.
I don't think you understand the exclusivity of my service. I'm a highly trained professional, and my references will attest to my prior pillaging efforts. And that voucher expired last month. They say an army marches on its stomach, and maintaining a supply line to a supply city that you control is critical. If you can't trace a path through friendly towns or sea regions to a supply city, then thematically you can't get any resources or people there. That means you can't play that location's card at all until you restore supply. It's cut off from all your actions. I mean, it makes sense, right? Imagine if you were a board gamer hanging out here in your leaning tower, and suddenly the Romans weren't fulfilling your Kickstarters anymore. Would you still lend them your horse? Supply lines can be blocked by land or by sea, so sea blockades are an important part of tactics. The game is a careful historical recreation of the First Punic War, reflecting true features like independent Syracuse, unique tactics around the narrow straits of Messana, empire decks reflecting the true armies, like Carthage's use of war elephants and greater reliance on mercenaries. Players also compete to buy strategy cards from a common market with game-altering passive abilities. A much-loved game since it was released in 2016, this new Hands in the Sea reprints the game with plastic minis for the towns and cities and an attic pottery art style. So, thanks for watching, folks! Check out Hands in the Sea project page. I'll put the link in the description below. The components featured in this video are prototype, so rules and artwork are not final. Please like, subscribe, let me know and share this video if you enjoy it. I also share my board games journey on Instagram and our other YouTube channel, Meeple University Shorts and Live. Hopefully I will see you there too. See you next time! Hi, do you have a problem winning a certain area control battle? Well, there are mercenaries for hire, like me. I am available to be hired. Just put your offer in the comments below.